If you've been gardening for a while, you've probably noticed something frustrating. Fertilizers keep getting more expensive. Whether you're growing tomatoes in a backyard or managing a full kitchen garden, the cost of feeding your soil can quietly eat into your budget. But here's the truth. Most people overlook. Healthy, productive soil doesn't have to be expensive. Welcome back to the Soil Science Garden, where we don't just grow plants, we understand the soil beneath them. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most practical, money-saving skills every gardener should master: how to dramatically cut your fertilizer costs without sacrificing yield or plant health. Let's get straight into it. Before we talk about saving money, we need to challenge a common belief that fertilizers are the primary source of plant nutrition. They're not. Fertilizers are supplements, not the foundation. The real engine of plant growth is your soil ecosystem. When your soil is rich in organic matter and alive with microbes, it naturally cycles nutrients, retains moisture, and feeds plants continuously. That means less dependence on store-bought fertilizers. Once you understand this, everything changes. Instead of constantly buying inputs, you start building a system that feeds itself. And that's where the real savings begin. One of the most powerful ways to save money is to shift from feeding plants to feeding the soil. When you invest in your soil's long-term health, you reduce the need for repeated fertilizer applications. Start by increasing organic matter. Compost, mulches, and plant residues slowly break down into nutrients that plants can absorb. Unlike synthetic fertilizers that wash away quickly, organic matter stays in the system. Think of it like this. Every time you add compost, you're putting money into a savings account. It keeps paying back season after season. If you're not composting yet, you're leaving money on the table. Kitchen scraps, garden waste, dry leaves, grass clippings, these are all nutrients you've already paid for. Throwing them away is like throwing away fertilizer. When you compost, you recycle those nutrients back into your soil for free. And here's the beauty of it. Compost doesn't just feed plants. It improves soil structure, increases water retention, and boosts microbial life. That means fewer fertilizers, less watering, and stronger plants overall. You don't need anything fancy to start. A simple pile or bin in a corner of your garden is enough. Over time, you'll produce rich, dark compost that can replace a significant portion of your fertilizer needs. Buying liquid fertilizers regularly can become expensive, especially if you're feeding plants weekly. But you can make powerful liquid feeds at home using simple materials. Fermented plant teas, compost teas, and nutrient extracts made from weeds or kitchen scraps can provide a steady supply of nutrients at almost no cost. For example, soaking compost in water creates a nutrient-rich solution you can apply directly to plants. Similarly, soaking nutrient-rich weeds like nettles or comfrey produces a potent liquid fertilizer. The key advantage here is efficiency. Liquid fertilizers deliver nutrients quickly, meaning you can use smaller amounts more effectively. Instead of buying bottles, you're essentially brewing your own plant food. Your kitchen is full of hidden fertilizer resources. Banana peels are rich in potassium. Eggshells provide calcium. Coffee grounds add nitrogen and improve soil texture. Even wood ash from cooking fires can supply potassium and help adjust soil pH. These everyday materials can be turned into valuable soil amendments instead of waste. The trick is consistency. Small additions over time build up into significant nutrient contributions. And the best part? It costs nothing. Mulching is one of the most underrated ways to save money on fertilizers. When you cover your soil with organic materials like dry grass, leaves, or straw, you're doing three things at once. You're reducing water loss, suppressing weeds, and slowly feeding the soil as the mulch breaks down. This slow-release nutrient system means your plants are constantly being fed without needing frequent fertilizer applications. It also prevents nutrients from washing away during rain, which is a common cause of fertilizer waste. In simple terms, mulch keeps your nutrients where they belong, in the soil, not lost to runoff. Here's something many gardeners don't realize. Over-fertilizing doesn't just waste money, it can harm your plants. When you apply more fertilizer than your plants need, the excess doesn't magically get stored. It either leaches out of the soil or builds up to toxic levels. This not only wastes your investment, but can also damage roots and disrupt soil life. Learning to apply the right amount is one of the easiest ways to cut costs. Pay attention to your plants. Yellowing leaves, slow growth, or excessive leafy growth can all indicate nutrient imbalances. When you respond to actual needs instead of applying fertilizers on a fixed schedule, you save money and grow healthier plants. Blindly adding fertilizers is like trying to fix a problem without knowing what's wrong. A simple soil test can tell you exactly what nutrients your soil lacks, and just as importantly, what it already has in abundance. You might discover that your soil doesn't need nitrogen, but is low in phosphorus. Instead of buying a general fertilizer, you can target the specific deficiency. This precision prevents unnecessary spending and ensures every input you use actually benefits your plants. Even basic, low-cost soil tests can make a huge difference in how you manage fertility. Some plants don't just grow, they improve your soil. Legumes like beans and peas have the ability to fix nitrogen from the air and add it to the soil. This reduces the need for nitrogen fertilizers. Cover crops, also known as green manures, can be grown specifically to improve soil fertility. When you cut them down and incorporate them into the soil, they release nutrients and increase organic matter. This is one of the smartest long-term strategies for reducing fertilizer costs. Instead of buying nutrients, you grow them. Planting the same crop in the same spot repeatedly drains specific nutrients from the soil. Crop rotation helps balance nutrient use and reduces the need for fertilizers. For example, following heavy feeders like tomatoes with nitrogen-fixing crops like beans helps restore soil fertility naturally. This simple practice not only saves money, but also reduces pest and disease problems. It's a win on every level. Not all fertilizers are equal when it comes to efficiency. Fast-release fertilizers provide a quick boost, but often get washed away before plants can fully use them. Slow-release organic inputs, on the other hand, break down gradually, providing a steady supply of nutrients over time. This means fewer applications and less waste. Materials like compost, well-rotted manure, and organic blends are more cost-effective in the long run because they stay active in the soil longer. When you do need to buy fertilizers, how you buy them matters. Purchasing in bulk is often cheaper per unit than buying small quantities. If you have the space to store them properly, this can significantly reduce costs over time. However, storage is key. Fertilizers exposed to moisture or extreme conditions can degrade or become less effective. Keep them dry, sealed, and in a cool place to maintain their quality. You don't have to do everything alone. Sharing resources with other gardeners, whether it's compost materials, bulk purchases, or even knowledge, can reduce costs for everyone involved. For example, one gardener might have excess manure, while another has plenty of dry leaves. By exchanging resources, both benefit without spending money. Building a small gardening community can be one of the most effective ways to cut costs and improve results. This is where things get really interesting. When your soil is alive with beneficial microorganisms, it becomes far more efficient at supplying nutrients to plants. Microbes break down organic matter, release nutrients, and even help plants access minerals that would otherwise be unavailable. Supporting this microbial life reduces your reliance on external fertilizers. You can encourage soil biology by avoiding harsh chemicals, adding organic matter, and keeping the soil covered. Healthy soil life is like having a built-in fertilizer system working 24/7. Water and nutrients are closely linked. Poor watering practices can wash away nutrients or make them unavailable to plants. By watering deeply and less frequently, you encourage roots to grow deeper and access more nutrients naturally. Drip irrigation or targeted watering also reduces nutrient loss compared to overhead watering. When your water management improves, your fertilizer efficiency improves too. And that means spending less. If you're expanding your garden, it's tempting to apply fertilizers everywhere at once. But a smarter approach is to focus on improving smaller areas intensively, then gradually expand. This allows you to concentrate your resources where they'll have the biggest impact. As your soil improves, you'll need fewer inputs in new areas, saving money over time. Your garden is constantly giving you feedback. Plants that grow vigorously and resist pests are a sign that your soil is healthy. Struggling plants often indicate underlying soil issues. By observing and adjusting your approach, you can fine-tune your fertilizer use and avoid unnecessary expenses. Over time, you'll develop an intuitive understanding of your soil's needs, and that's when you stop guessing and start saving. Saving money on fertilizers isn't about cutting corners. It's about building a system that becomes more productive and less dependent on external inputs over time. In the beginning, you might still need to invest in some amendments. But as your soil improves, those costs decrease. Eventually, your garden reaches a point where it largely sustains itself. That's the goal. When you combine composting, mulching, smart watering, crop rotation, and homemade fertilizers, something powerful happens. Your garden becomes efficient. You stop chasing quick fixes and start building long-term fertility. And the savings? They add up fast. Not just in money, but in time, effort, and even peace of mind. Because there's something incredibly satisfying about knowing your garden thrives, not because you keep buying more inputs, but because you've created a system that works. If there's one takeaway from today, let it be this: the cheapest fertilizer is the one you don't have to buy. By working with nature instead of against it, you can grow healthier plants, improve your soil, and keep more money in your pocket. If you found this helpful and want more practical, science-backed gardening tips like this, make sure you subscribe to the Soil Science Garden. Share this with a fellow gardener who's tired of spending too much on fertilizers, and let's grow smarter together. Your soil has more potential than you think. Let's unlock it.